Well, welcome again to another episode of Get Celebritized. And tonight is a very special night because I have with me the Accidental Gangster. You heard me right. A very, very special man with a very special story to tell. And you know, in this podcast, in this show, my motto for everyone is to learn how to earn more so you can live more, so you can give back more. And this gentleman is a very special guest because he's earned, he's lived, and he's giving. And I really want you to get to know him as the person he is now and why he's living his legacy now. So before I bring him on, I want to tell you what some people in the back of his book are saying about him and this amazing book, a bestseller, The Accidental Gangster by Ori Spado. Nikki Pileggi, author and screenwriter of Casino and Goodfellas. For nearly 40 years, Ori Spado was a friend and associate of John Sonny Franzese. Hope I said that right. Underboss of the Colombo organized crime family. His relationship with Sonny brought him to the attention of the FBI, which eventually led him being indicted with Sonny on federal RICO charge and imprisoned. The Accidental Gangster, Ori provides the details of this time in his life and his long battle with the FBI, whose overwhelming resources made it a fight that was impossible to win. And lastly, we've got John Connolly, author, New York Times bestselling true crime book, Filthy Rich, says this about the book and Ori, the Accidental Gangster. Ori Spado had been a thorn in the side of Los Angeles field office of the FBI for almost 2 decades before they finally took him down. Accidentally or not, Ori was quintessential mob character, complete with a pinky ring and a slow, steady, deliberate voice, whether speaking with friends or foes. But like so many other good fellas, he was set up by a friend's son. You'll have to read the book to find out who set him up, and this might be a new movie. Let's talk to Ori and find out. Ori, come on up. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Aurora. How are you today? Thank you.
I am good. I am good. Well, this book I've only touched the surface on. I'm so glad you could be on the show with me today because my viewers and listeners love to know how people turn their lives around and or you've had a life. So we're going to go a little bit back into your history, but then we're going to go forward and lessons you've learned and lessons you want to tell our viewers from the life that you've lived. So first of all, in your book it says you went from insurance to a Hollywood fixer. What is a Hollywood fixer?
Well, I'm the guy that handles a lot of problems for people in Hollywood. All
What kind of
sorts of
problems?
problems. I mean, it could be a problem beyond the set. That's how it began. A director, an actor was given a director problems, which happens often, which slows down the movie, puts the budget up, and they don't like it when the budget goes up.
Nope.
And then enter Ori Spado. I sit down with the actor, I explain what his job is, make him understand. Then always do, and we proceed.
So the movies
Get the
needed you to
movie
help them stay
done.
on
That could
task.
be that, or it might be. Sometimes you read about somebody a big divorce, and there's a big argument, and then you don't hear nothing about it. That's
Mm,
maybe because I entered the scene. And I was
interesting.
called in by the lawyers, the agents, the studios, whatever it may be. I've
Um,
done it all without a gun. I did it all with my deliberate voice, as John Connolly said there, my dear friend who just passed away recently.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So,
And I lived a great life. I live an exceptional life. I have no regrets, and I tell people this all the time because I'm a very positive individual. And a regret is a negativity, and I don't like negative things. On the other hand, I take full responsibility for everything I have done in my life, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there was some ugly. I take full responsibility. I blame nobody. It all goes and falls on me. I'm a
I love
very
that.
honest individual. I tell the truth. I keep my word. And I keep my word. And I want you to know last week in the clubhouse room, in Diamond's room,
Yeah.
I discovered people don't have all that much money nowadays. Some
Yeah.
people are hurting.
Oh, yeah.
And to purchase an autographed book from me for $54 is an awful lot of money.
It's okay.
Hello?
Hold.
Hello?
Yes, Ori, please.
This is me.
Hey, Ori, Dr. Finance here. Tony, how are you?
Could I call you back? I'm in the middle of an interview.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll be around for about another maybe 20 minutes or so. It's kind of late here.
It's
But
going to be a little longer than that.
all right, thank you, Ori.
Good. All right. I'll call you.
I know Dr. Finance. Love it. Clubhouse friends.
Yeah. So when I discovered, one girl told me that $50 they could feed a family of 4 for a day.
Yeah.
So what I did for this week, beginning today, and for all you folks who do not know it, it happens to be Dr. Seuss' birthday month.
Oh.
All right. So March is designated as National Reading Month, a month to motivate Americans of all ages to read every day. So what I'm doing, 1 week only, beginning today,
Okay.
my book is only $19.95 at my website. That's an autographed copy. I will autograph it, and that includes shipping.
And you are a man of
You
your
see?
word. You autograph them. I got mine. And it's so special to me that you do that. I don't know how you keep up with all that, but I
So
put
that's
your
a
website here.
$35 savings.
Yes.
I
Yes.
can't do any better. That's my pure cost on it.
Thank you, Ori. What a great way to
So,
celebrate.
anybody wants it, by all means, go to my website, theaccidentalgangster.com. It's right there on the screen.
Yeah, it is.
And
Oh,
thank you.
Ori. That's great. Thank you, Ori, for that. I really appreciate that. And you really are a man of your word. There's a million places you could be. You said you'd be here tonight. You're here. You do great things. And that's why I wanted you on this show, because I only bring on great people to the show because my goal, I'm a cancer survivor. I'm a domestic violence survivor. I've overcome a lot. And I love people that turn their life around and use it for good because we all go through stuff. And you've been through stuff. And I love how you take responsibility and you're saying, hey, it is what it is, but I made a difference because of it. And that's the conversation I want to have with you right now is one, some of the viewers and listeners maybe haven't read the book yet or they don't know you. So tell us what you went to jail for, how old you were, and let's talk a little about moving forward, how that turned into the life you
Let's
live
begin
now.
because they could read in my book where I was born, what I did before prison. Okay. I was arrested at the age of 63 years old. I never thought I would live to 63.
Wow.
My father passed away at 62. My grandfather, I think, was 45. My grandfather on my father's side.
Right.
And I never thought I would make 63 because I got the same thing as my father and my grandfather. I'm a diabetic and I got stents.
Oh, okay.
And I got arrested instead of dying.
Wow.
And I did 5 years in the federal penitentiary on RICO charges, which means racketeering influence corrupt organization. Okay, which in 1997, the FBI in Los Angeles said, we will see the day you are chained, shackled, put on Con Air, and brought to Brooklyn. I laughed at them. 11 years later, they made it a reality. It happened.
So
And,
there really is a Con Air, right?
we talk a lot in Clubhouse. Everybody's looking for a mindset. They
Right.
don't understand what the mind can really do. Okay. Now, at that moment that I was arrested and I was put into a cell, my mindset changed. I'm going to be here a while. I ain't getting out. There ain't no bail for me. My mindset changed. I had to adapt immediately, which I did. That's how powerful the mind is.
Really?
And I adapted for the next 5 years. When I got out, I didn't want that life anymore. I learned a lot about it. It's not what it was way back in the old days. It's how it changed. I made a promise to my children, and I keep my promises.
You do.
Because my children were the only ones that were there for me when I was in prison.
Oh,
And I kept up with. They said, "Pop, you go back. We're not going to be there."
yeah.
And
You
I'm
never
gonna tell
did go
you,
back.
my children are my best friends that I got in this world. Okay.
Oh, I feel the same
And
way.
so I kept my word. I always keep my word on everything I do.
I love that, Ori. Well, Ori,
You go to the bank with that there.
yes, absolutely.
And all my life I was very successful in several businesses in my lifetime. I've had very big successes where I was doing multi-millions of dollars a year. In today's world, it'd be over $20 million a year that I was doing back in the day.
What were your businesses, Ori?
I began in the credit, life, and accident and health insurance. Well, I began with the Prudential Insurance Company. I was a member of the $1 Million Roundtable. I was a great salesperson. I loved it. And I just said a word. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I want to tell everybody that's listening, no matter what you're doing, make sure you love what you're doing.
Amen.
If you love what you're doing, you're going to be successful. And this is what I try to teach a lot of the young men that I mentor today and that I have kept out of a life of crime. Because when I wrote my book, I said, if I can keep one young man from going in a life of crime, it was well worth it. Well, I've helped several stay out of a life of crime.
Yeah. And I'm sure
my
many
book,
that you don't even know are.
huh?
I'm sure many that you don't even know.
And many I probably don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I get, people, young men write me that they've read my book.
Oh.
A lot of times their parents buy the book for them.
I'm sure they do.
And they read my book. They thank me how much it's helped them. It's changed their life. It's turned their life around.
Yeah. Well, Ori,
And
you were
so-
talking about when you went to prison, your mindset had to change. And nowadays, after this pandemic and business owners, you're saying, they're struggling. How do you change that mindset? Like, what was something you did to make that mindset get you through those 5 years and then come out on a better side?
What people don't realize, the most powerful thing that you got is your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But you got to train it. It's up to you. Okay? Your mind don't talk to you. Your brain don't talk to you. You got to talk to your brain.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Okay?
Yeah.
You have to develop these skills and do them on a consistent basis. People think they could do it once. Well, it didn't work. All right? Well, look, if you did it once and it don't work, you got to learn to accept that failure as a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, I see men get locked up in prison. They're crying. They're afraid. They're fearful. I went in with a mindset. That's what it is. I'm here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so how do you live in prison? That's how you live. Okay, you learn what you need to do. And you follow the rules.
Mm.
We had rules in La Cosa Nostra. And those rules are rules that every citizen should be following on a daily basis.
What were
Keep
some
your
of them?
word. Keep your word. Be on time for a meeting.
Okay.
Show up.
Those were your rules? Show
Don't
up,
fool
be on
around with
time?
another man's woman. Never hit a woman.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all sorts of things
Mm-hmm.
people don't understand. But we live by it. I still live by those rules. There's nothing wrong with those rules. They work.
I love that. I love that. So what was the first thing you did when you got out of prison? You're a changed
Well,
man.
the
Your
first thing
mindset
I
ready
did,
to
my
go.
son and my nephew picked me up. First thing they did is they stopped at a burger place. What, Outburger?
Oh, yes, Outburger is in California.
Yeah, Outburger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first real meal after 5 years. And then I had to stay with my son for 6 months because I had 6 months of home confinement. And I had
Okay.
to report once a week to uh,
Probation.
probation. And then I had 4 years of very strict supervised release. So when I say strict, I mean I could walk into a restaurant and there could be a felon in there, and I could be violated for being if I said hello to him.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Careful.
So that's how I ended up writing my book. So when the COVID came, it didn't really bother me. Number one, I'm comfortable where I live. I got a nice place here.
Okay.
It's suited for me. I'm right in the center of Beverly Hills. I'm happy here.
Is that when you wrote your book during the pandemic?
Huh?
Is that when you wrote your book during the pandemic?
No, I wrote it actually before the pandemic.
Okay.
But, it came out
During the pandemic.
2001. What's this? 2000? No, it came out 2000.
When did it come out?
Came out just before the pandemic.
Probably 2019.
2019. Holy shit.
I know.
Time goes by fast.
Well, it's a great book. I'm glad it came out. And
Yeah, no, it took me a while to write the book. I wanted the book when you read it. I wanted it to sound like me.
Mhm.
I wanted my words to come off the pages, which I think I accomplished that. And every word in there is the truth.
I love that. And isn't there news that this is going to be a movie?
Huh?
Isn't there news that this is going to be a movie?
Yes, it's going to be.
Any news on that? You can give us any inside scoop?
The only scoop that I can give you is that a $6 million offer is going out to a particular actor this week. Or it's already gone out.
Oh, exciting. What a great movie this is going to make.
So, when an offer goes out for $6 million, it's real.
It's real. Oh my gosh, that's great. Well, we're going to stay up with that, and we're definitely going to get the book and go out and see the movie.
Well, it is being directed, I got to tell you, by a gentleman who's become one of my best friends. Director George Gallo. I can't say enough about him and his wife. Two awesome people. Very creative. I mean, George is also an artist and a musician, besides being a writer and a director. So, I mean, the guy is just oozing with talent, I got to say. And
what a great person to do it.
Huh?
What a great person to do your movie then.
And one of the nicest person you ever want to meet.
Oh, I'm glad. Well, we're excited for that. It's going to be great.
For that to be set in Hollywood, that's a rarity.
No kidding.
Yeah.
On that, who's your favorite celebrities? Do you have any favorites that are really good people that you just really like? Because you're right there in Beverly Hills, the Hollywood fixer. I know you've got stories to tell, but tell us some of the nice ones that are, you really get along with and you like a lot. Love to hear good news.
Nobody in particular.
Nobody in particular. I know the bad ones. No kidding.
I've been with a lot. Some of the women I dated. But
no favorite in particular.
To me, I treat everybody the same. I'm going to talk to the homeless guy, just like I'm going to talk to the guy who's up there in the tower offices.
Good
I
for you.
I treat everybody equally, which we all should do.
Yes, we should.
I don't ask for anybody for their autograph.
Mm-hmm.
This past weekend, I was a keynote speaker at the National Auto for Digital Airstrike, a awesome group in the automobile industry for the National Auto Dealer Association convention in Las Vegas. I was there with Vanilla Ice,
Oh, we love Vanilla Ice.
and
He's a
he's
good guy.
awesome. And
He
I
is.
love the way he spreads love.
Mhm.
Mark McGrath, awesome, awesome gentleman, one of the nicest people you ever want to meet. Cracker. And this is the second thing that I've done, second speaking engagement where Vanilla Ice is
You guys are following
performed.
each
And he
other
told me,
around.
Sorry, I'm not stalking you.
I love
And I
that.
was with, and they had me all day with Brandy Glanville from Beverly Hills Housewife.
Oh, fun.
And, we simply had a ball. It was an awesome event. And I must have taken over 500 pictures. Even when I was walking through the casino, I couldn't believe that people were recognizing who I was and stopping me and wanting to take a picture with me.
Oh, that's cool. And
So,
you're just a real nice guy. And it's good that when you have celebrity friends, they're just real people. And like you said, treat them the same as the person that's cleaning your windows to the person that's, running Wall Street or in
yeah,
Hollywood movies. So good for you. I love that. Ori, what's your best lesson learned? Your best
my
lesson.
best lesson learned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm a sales oriented individual, and I'm a motivational person. There's a lot of people that are very independently wealthy of people that I trained in sales. But one of I tell it like it is. I'm going to tell you the truth. It might hurt you sometimes because the truth does hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to tell you the truth. And I always tell the truth because that way I always know what I said. I
True.
don't
Yeah.
have to bow. I don't have to think about what I said. I know what I said because I didn't lie to you. So,
That is true. That is true.
so, that's one of the things. And being on time. I got a rule
Yeah.
for being 15 minutes early
Me too.
for an appointment.
Yeah, you're on time if you're 15 minutes early.
And there's only one reason to miss an appointment, and that is death, your own.
Mm-hmm.
Not that your mother died, your father died, your
Too
husband
personal.
died. That's not an excuse. Because if you want to be successful, you need to learn that you're going to have to sacrifice. You're not going to be home sometimes for dinner. You're
True.
not going to be at some event for the children.
True.
These are just things. If you want to be successful, you got to sacrifice.
You really do.
I mean, look, it's not made for everybody, and that's why only 15% of the people ever make it in this world.
Mm-hmm.
The other 85 don't.
You're right. Then I will make the sacrifice. And I like what you said in the beginning, though, Ori. You said, do you love what you do? So even if you're doing what you love and you may not be as successful as the world thinks you should be, if you're loving what you're doing, you're able to feed your family, you're living a happy life, that's success too. So people can really know if you love what you do and you don't want to go to the top 1% or be the billionaire, that's okay because happiness comes in so many forms. So I like that you
Right.
said,
Look,
love what you
not
do.
everybody's going to make it up there to the 1%er.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Exactly.
But
So
you can
what?
get up there to the 15%.
Yeah. And as you're
Okay.
doing, and if you're doing what you said, which I so believe in, you're on time, you're a person of your word, you tell the truth, then no matter what you're doing, it makes a difference. And you're living your legacy and you're making an impact on people's lives by being that stand-up person. And then everything else will fall into place. And we need, everybody to do all sorts of different jobs in this world and careers. And I love that you're truthful, you make commitments, you're a man of your word. That's so important. And it can be so much rarer these days to find people to show up when they say they're going to show up or, to keep a commitment, not make excuses. Do you find it's different now than it was, say, 40 years ago? Do you think society now is worse in that way? or the same?
I think it's worse. That's my personal opinion.
Hmm.
But I'm an older man.
Hmm.
Okay. I believe in communications. Okay. And when I say communicate, I mean you and I are talking. I don't mean text message. I don't mean emailing you and waiting for an answer.
Yeah, you
I
call.
mean talking.
Hmm.
Okay. And people don't do that today. I get disgusted. I go out to a restaurant here in Beverly Hills. I see a guy out with his date, and they're
Yeah.
both at the phone.
Texting to each other across the table.
Probably no, they're probably not. They're texting or they're
Other
on
people.
social media or some bullshit. Okay, they're not getting to know each other.
Yeah,
You
no.
know, so it's taking the fun. I grew up in here. Our neighborhood was safe. We kept our doors unlocked. I went out. I played with the neighbor kids. We played stickball. We played baseball. We played hide and seek. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I remember hide and seek.
And we knew everybody, and everybody knew us.
Yeah.
I live in a building over here. I know my neighbor there. There's 26 units here. I probably know 2 people in the whole building.
Wow, it's changed. Really has. Oh gosh. All right, Ori. Well, if you were going to give advice to a business owner, how to pivot and come out of this pandemic, what if they're trying to reinvent themselves? That mindset of, okay, things are different now. What would you tell them to be happy and successful? Something else that they might need to know in this new kind of business world? Is it collaboration? Is it pick up the phone? What is that advice for the youth and for the adults that need to pivot right now?
My advice is we're going through tough times, and only tough people last through tough times.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, you got to be tough. Winners never quit, and quitters never win.
That's good.
So it's a time that you got to take advantage of and use it to your advantage because you can come out on the other end a winner. And you might have some failures along the way, but you got to learn by those failures. God put that failure there for a reason. He wants you to learn. You learn it, you overcome it, and you go on to the next step.
Hmm.
The pandemic has hurt a lot of people financially. But on the other hand, basically the pandemic's over.
Hmm.
Even here in California, we don't have to wear a mask.
Hmm.
You can go anywhere you want. But people weren't going to work.
I know. Why is that?
All right. Why is that? I was in an Uber this morning. There are less Uber drivers than there were before the pandemic.
You'd think everybody'd be excited to get back to work and want to get back
You
out there.
would think.
Hmm.
But what people don't realize, what's happened in this pandemic, they gave the largest increase in Social Security than ever been done.
Yeah.
But yet, it only comes if you're taking $2 a month more. You're lucky because they increased the insurance.
Yeah.
Okay. People got $15 an hour. But look at how much groceries, gas, and everything else is going up.
Hmm.
There's no call for it. But what happened is here, and people don't understand this, and it begins in Washington, D.C. Okay? But your bigger store, your stores are taking advantage of this.
Hmm.
Uber, because of the pandemic and not a lot of drivers, Uber and Lyft, their prices increased. They more than doubled.
Oh, wow. I
But
didn't know that.
now they're going to increase them more because
Gas.
of the gasoline prices.
Oh, Lord.
You see?
Yeah.
So, and you think they're ever going to lower the prices? No.
Hmm.
Don't think these prices are going to come down.
No. But wouldn't you think people would want to have the job then if the prices were higher and they can make more money being an Uber driver? Wouldn't you think more people would get out there and be one instead of there being less?
Well, people tell me everybody's getting unemployment, but I thought that's all over with.
I did too. I thought that was over. Well,
So I don't know about, how much the government is doing and what they're not doing for people. Uh,
well,
but
yeah.
we live in a society and the people don't understand. They want the government to take care of them. Well, move to Russia.
Oh gosh. Yeah, people need to get back out there and enjoy life again too. Because
Huh?
I said they need to get back out there and enjoy life again and working and being with people. Because being away from people is not healthy. Again, with the mindset, I think we had some great times virtually and met some people we wouldn't have met, around the world. But we still need to get back out there now and have face-to-face time. So important. So important. So, Ori, what's next for you? What's next?
Well, I get invited for a lot of speaking engagements. My movie, of course, which is big.
Are you going to help with that? Are they going to allow you to be on the set and help, be on
Oh,
the?
absolutely,
Oh,
yeah.
good. And to love that.
Yeah, I'll definitely be a consultant on the set. I'll be a
Nice.
producer, so forth, so on. Will I be there every day? No.
No.
My son's involved with me. My son's a producer.
Nice.
Okay, I leave it up to him. I sit back and I let the professionals do what they do.
Smart.
That's what I do. Okay. I'm not the guy that's going to make the film. People call me because I got connections. People call me, they want to be in my movie. Okay. That's not my job.
Nope.
Okay. That's up to the casting director, whoever they hire for that. Okay. Yeah, of course, the director calls me. What do you think about this person and that person?
You have a
I'll
say.
always end up saying, "You're the director. It's your movie. It's just my life story. That's it.
That's it.
End of story.
I can't wait to see it.
I'm not getting in their nose.
They'll love that.
Okay.
They'll love that.
You
So you're
know
not
what
that.
would
You're not
happen
going to
if
be
I
the
got in
Hollywood
their-
fixer.
If I got in their nose, you know what would happen? They wouldn't
Bye.
do it.
No.
Goodbye.
See you later. So,
You got
well,
other
good.
projects.
That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
Though. So much
So,
fun. Is there an
sit back
estimate? Is there an
and let the
estimated date?
professionals do it.
Sure. Is there an
Yeah.
estimated date of release?
Huh?
Do you know when their goal to release it? I know they haven't even started filming, but a couple of years?
No, before that.
Okay, good. Yeah,
We should be in production by June.
nice. Okay. All right. All hands on deck.
July, be in production. Hopefully get it out by the end of the year.
Fabulous. All right. We'll be looking for that. And I want everybody to know I have your website up, theaccidentalgangster.com. The book is phenomenal. Get The Accidental Gangster. Before I let you go, Ori, why did you call it The Accidental Gangster?
Well, that's the name that I came up with while walking the yard in Lompoc. I've been an avid reader all my life, and I read every night when I go to bed. I got a book next to my bed that I read. And I just came up with it, not dreaming I ever would write a book. And then when my entertainment lawyer told me one night at the Four Seasons, write a book, Ori, we'll get a movie made. And I wrote it.
Oh, I love that. Well,
Yeah.
good. And we're all going to read the book and
And the
see the
movie's
movie.
being made because of somebody else, not that lawyer. But he's still my lawyer. But reading, I've learned so much from reading all my life. Even when I was in grade school and the teacher would put me in the cloakroom because I was a bad boy. Okay, I used to grab a book and I'd be reading a book. I didn't care I was in a cloakroom. I loved it. I was reading a book. A book takes you out of the zone, brings you into another world. And you learn.
Yeah, you do.
And you know who the biggest buyer of my books are? Women.
Women, really? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
Woman.
And you said something before. You said your movie is going to be about a person, about a boy, about a man. It's not about all of the crime and the shoot 'em up and all that. It's about a real person. And I
Well,
like
there's going
that.
to be a lot about some of the cons I pulled off.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it's going to be called the Confidence.
It's going to be called what?
Confidence,
Okay.
which is the working title right now, we think.
Okay. Well,
Confidence from the book, The Accidental Gangster.
oh, it
So,
sounds so exciting. How fun.
well,
Well,
huh?
I was going to say, I always ask my guests something that's really important for me to know and to think about, as I've survived cancer and other things in my life. I always think about how I want to be remembered. And I started a summit called Live Your Legacy Summit and the Live Your Legacy TV because I'm really interested in how people are living their legacy on purpose. So how do you want to be remembered, Ori? What do you hope will be on that tombstone and on people's lips after you're gone that lives on after you?
You could always count on him. He always kept his word.
Hmm,
Man of his word.
that's good. That's good. Be a man of your
That,
word.
there's probably one of the best things people could say.
I want people to remember that and write that
You
down.
know,
That's great. Oh, good. And what are you most excited about for the future?
what am I most excited about? The future?
Mm-hmm.
I take every day that the Lord gives me. I'm so blessed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened to me last Monday, a few days ago, and I'm still here.
Really?
Okay. I don't want to get into it because I don't want nobody to give me sympathy. And I don't put it on Facebook. I don't put it on Instagram. These people go through, I got cancer. I'm in the hospital. My dog died. I don't want no sympathy, folks. I accept life on the terms that it was given me. Okay. I live my life. This was my destiny. This was laid out before I came here. Everything I done in my life, I was supposed to do. It's my destiny. The good, the bad, the ugly. But thank the Lord, since my release of prison, I've been doing good. Some people call me a humanitarian. Now they're calling me a celebrity. They're calling me a legend. They've been calling me a legend. I'm just Ori Spado, folks. I put my pants on the same way as everybody else does, one leg at a time. I'm a very simple guy. You know, I'm okay. Financially, I don't need no money. Okay. Why? I worked for it because I came out of prison with nothing. Nothing. I've been a millionaire several times in my life. I keep coming back. Okay. I'm not a show off. I don't need to be driving a Bentley to prove that I got money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All the Bentley shows me is you're a drug dealer. Uh,
Some of the wealthiest people are like that, where you never know that they were millionaires and billionaires. Very humble life. Make more than you spend.
Steven Spielberg is a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
He drives a Toyota Prius.
Yes, I've heard that. Good for him. That's great. Speaking of which, also another passion of mine is I want to help as many nonprofits before I die as I possibly can, because they've been I think of them as heroes in this world. They go through something and then they turn around and start a nonprofit to fix the problem or help the cause. So do you have any favorite nonprofits and charities that are close to your heart?
Not really. Things like Diabetic Association, the Alzheimer's
Oh, yeah.
organizations, your heart organization, those things. I donate. I like to donate to where I know the money's going to.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. I'm not giving money for anything out of the country,
Hmm.
okay, to feed the children in another world when the children in this country need to be fed.
Hmm.
And I'm going to tell you, I know a con man that says he's got things in Kenya, and the money ain't going to Kenya.
Yeah.
It's going
So
to
I'm
his
always
pocket
afraid
right
of.
here in the country. Okay? So, but I see a lot of people, celebrities, they do it because their dollar buys a lot more in another country. I can understand that part of it.
Mhm.
But even with their dollars paid for in this country, we should be taking care of our people.
Mhm.
Why are we putting our nose in the world affairs that we got no business being? Okay, we should be taking care. We got people that going to bed in this country starving every night.
Yeah, we really do. Really do.
And that's who we should take care of.
And I agree with, like, I'm
And
always really careful where I give my money because one of my best friends helps feed the orphans in Haiti, and she has children from Haiti because her best friend was murdered and left 5 children, and she was Haitian. And so this woman doesn't take a penny. She literally hand delivers every penny and everything to this orphanage and hospital in Haiti. And that's like the person that I will give to because I know exactly that it's going there and there's no middleman. So when I do give out of the country or something like that, because I know I love to give locally, but when I'm going to give like that, it's to people like Linda Gunter, who has that charity that gets it there. So I'm glad you said that. So you got to be careful where you give your money to. Make sure it's getting where it's supposed to go. It's really important.
one thing I like to tell everybody, you know, we are here on a journey on this planet, and it's not for a long time.
Mm.
We're here for no matter who we are, we're all going to die someday. Okay? So you should be taking advantage of every moment that you're here. Spread love.
Amen.
When you read my book,
I'm almost
did,
done.
did you get to the epilogue yet? No.
No. Mm.
All right. When you get to the epilogue, I ask for everybody to reach out and hold everybody's hand
Mm.
because together, and it's going to take us all,
Yeah,
together, we can make this world a better place.
it really can. One person at a time, one hand at a
That's
time.
right.
So I'll hold your hand, Ori.
You got it.
Yay. Ori, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us to share with us your story, your legacy, and how you've turned a situation that could have gone totally the other way, but you turned it around for good. You're an
Thank you,
amazing
Aurora.
person.
Have a great day, everybody. God
Thank you
bless.
so much. Thank you, Ori, for being here. Until next
Bye-bye.
time from Get Celebritized. Thank you, Ori, and good
All
night,
right.
everyone.